Hello everyone, and welcome to our ECM long-range forecasts this evening. So I've decided that we may do these on a more regular basis as we're coming into this very interesting period here. Possibly once every week, like Sunday or Monday-ish, at the start of the week. So starting off with our week 1 pressure anomaly, that is from today to January 15th. So these oranges correspond to high pressure and the blues correspond to low pressure. You can see here's Ireland, and to our north we got a very strong signal for intense high pressure to be centered just to our north, and around that we bring in an easterly wind from Scandinavia and Northern Europe. So cold in week 1. That is confirmed by the temperature anomaly, which is about 1 to 3 degrees below average for most areas in this blue shade here. But this deeper blue shade in the west shows temperatures going below, going more than 3 degrees below average. So a cold week coming up. And with this intense ion charge, it's also a dry week with substantially drier than average anomalies. Looking at our week 2 pressure anomaly, we can see this is from January 15th to January 22nd. We have the blocking sort of reducing a bit, somewhat. It's towards Greenland and Iceland. And then instead we have a trough to our south from Canada through towards the Azores and Bay of Biscay, up through the UK and towards Scandinavia. So, this is a bit of a, it's very interesting but tricky situation. Most likely, we are dragging down a cold wind from the north, but this trough is threatening to draw up some less cold or milder air from the south. So the temperature anomaly for week 2 is cold on average, and these anomalies, these blue shades, extend down to France. So I'll say that we are quite well and truly into cold air in this phase. There may be milder interludes, but the cold air will, but that won't be enough to skew the cold anomaly. The cold air will prevail, according to the temperature anomaly. Again, around 2 degrees below average with that. And the week 2 precipitation anomaly is like this. So it's wet to our south and dry to the north, and that indicates high pressure towards the north, low to the south, and around that comes an easterly or northerly wind. So our week 3 pressure anomaly, okay, that's a disappointment. So this is our week 3 anomaly, Monday, January 22nd to Monday, January 29th. In this week, we see a trough towards Greenland and Iceland. That replaces the block in week 2. A bit like a total switch there. All of that yellow area here goes blue in week 3, and we see a huge ridge to our south from the Azores through Iberia, Africa, then up into Europe, Scandinavia, and Middle East. That's a wide ridge. Let's see that from the northern hemisphere view, actually, because I want to see just how big that ridge is. If we can find it, that is. There we go. Is it around here? Where are you, northern hemisphere? Please bear with me. Northern America, South America, Western Asia, South Africa, South Pacific, North Pole, South Pole, North Atlantic. That might be a better view. No, it's not. Either way, that ridge is very big. I'm surprised at how big that ridge is. I'm trying to find. There we go. I think that's better. North Pole. Yes. So it goes back to Siberia. That's a big ridge. I found it in the end. Sorry guys for delay, but I want to see how big that ridge is. That is huge. That's complicated. I don't know what's causing that, but oh well. Here is the temperature anomaly. Temperature anomaly is above average now by about 1 degree. And going to our rainfall anomaly, we are a bit wetter than average, so it shows a more westerly pattern coming in. So our week 4 pressure anomaly from January 29th to February 5th this time has us back to a blocking pattern, or at least a pattern where we have a high pressure to the west. So in this week, we see a mid-Atlantic ridge going up towards Greenland and Iceland, and around that should come quite a chilly or cold wind from Scandinavia. The temperature anomaly goes to average, but we can see that there's cold air towards our northeast, and that is where our wind is coming from based on this height anomaly. Also, these mild temperatures are moved to our west, so I'll say that as cold. And the week 4 precip anomaly is like this, so it's dry to the west, and that shows up quite nicely with the ridge to our west towards Iceland and Greenland. And we're dragging the wind in from the east. Also, it's westward towards Europe and down towards the Azores and Canary Islands. Week 5 is February 5th to February 12th. Here we see a bit of a complex pattern. So we see a ridge to our west from the south of Greenland down through towards Ireland, just to our west, and down towards Iberia, towards Africa. This would probably be a trough where this white area is, and the wind is probably not northerly, it's coming around the high like that, so it's a northwesterly. Generally, that's not too cold, it's chilly with frost, yes, but to get proper cold, the high has to be towards Greenland and like Iceland, and the wind comes in from the north and northeast. That is cold, but it's moderated by the Atlantic. So here is the temperature anomaly for week 5. Look at that. It's milder than average by about a degree. So again, wind might be northwesterly, but it has moderation from the sea. And the rainfall anomaly is dry to the south, and you're probably seeing the wind in again from northwest, with the rainfall or snowfall being higher than average to our east. And the week 6 pressure anomaly from Monday, February 12th to Monday, February 19th. We're into mid-February now, and that's interesting. It's more interesting. So we see blocking intensifying towards Greenland again, and the North Atlantic. A trough forms towards Scandinavia, and that's probably a more defined northerly flow. So, and here's our temperature anomaly for week 6. It's still above average, but it's cooling down somewhat there. And our week 5 precip anomaly shows that. So it's drier slightly to our west and northwest, and it's west to the east. You'd think that's a northerly flow, but by that time, the signal is weakening. So it seems like after a cold mid-January period from this run, it goes milder for the end of January. Into early February, we sort of we see a sort of tentative cold pattern here. It's not overly cold. It's chilly, but with moderation from the seas. But towards the very end of the run, for week 6, probably a more defined northerly there. And you see, the high pressure isn't really towards Greenland in early February. It's to our west, and that allows for moderation with the cold air taking a longer sea track. So obviously anything beyond week 1 and week 2 is totally up for grabs. This run was quite different last time we looked at it. It did not have that. That is overdone, surely. I've never seen such a huge ridge in my life. Look at that big swamp of yellow. Anyway, thanks for watching, everyone. This is due to change beyond week 2, I'd say, and we'll do it again sometime in the week, probably Sunday or Monday again. But if we have something interesting coming up, I might do it even sooner. Thanks for watching. I'll see you soon.